in the marvelous pink sky, surrounded by castles and towers, is the home of the Cherubs and the second annual season of the Algodoo League. I'm Lucky, and we begin with the relay race, kicking off our second season. Starting with the bottom dreaders, daytime dreamers, green snakes, and summer runners. The goal of this one is to just make it to the end as fast as you can. We'll have 4 teams going at a time, top 2 moving on until we have our final 4. Bottom dreaders out in front at the moment, way in front of green snakes and summer runners. It looks like the summer runners are going to get second. For daytime dreamers and green snakes, looks like the adventure is going to stop there in relay race. 14.7 was the bottom dreaders' time in that one. They seem to have some pretty good handovers considering their lead over the other 3 teams. Second round, Blueberries versus Celestials versus Rising Storm versus the Snookers. Early on, it looks like the Snookers have the early lead. Of the 3 teams are quite close. Celestials lagging behind, Blueberries starting to pick up speed ahead of the Rising Storm. And it looks like that is going to be the top 2, Blueberries and the Snookers. Moving on to the semi-final of the relay race. 14.56 for the Snookers. That is faster than the time the bottom dreaders got. That is some good stuff from the Snookers, a team that didn't even qualify last year. Now moving on to round 3, we got the Cherubs, the Gothic Ghouls, the Red Devils, and the Winemakers. Oh, it's hard to tell where the lead is right now. Cherubs and Gothic Ghouls lagging behind the Red Devils and the Winemakers, but oh my gosh, the Winemakers pull ahead. It's neck and neck between the Red Devils and Gothic Ghouls across the line. It's going to be hard to tell. And it's the Gothic Ghouls that make it over the Red Devils by just 0.06 of a second. That is incredibly close. Final heat of the round is the Foresters, Magentas, Rainbow Rollers, and the Tumbling Lemons. Let's see how they do. And it's the Rainbow Rollers so far with the early lead over the Magentas and the Tumbling Lemons, but a bad handover is going to lose them some speed. Magentas pulling ahead along with the Foresters and the Tumbling Lemons, but who got second? It's the Tumbling Lemons that move on this time. Once again, that looks like identical finishing times to the Gothic Ghouls and Red Devils. And yes, that is those times from the Gothic Ghouls and Tumbling Lemons and the Foresters and the Red Devils are completely identical. Foresters and the Red Devils will finish in a tie. That's interesting to see as we move on to the semi-final between the bottom dreaders, summer runners, Blueberries and Snookers. Blueberries and bottom dreaders ahead right now. Snookers trying to fight back and trying to find the top 2 spots. It's going to be extremely close between the Snookers and the Blueberries. Once again, I think the bottom dreaders made first. The Snookers ended up winning second place. That has to be the closest race yet. Our second semi-final is the Gothic Ghouls, Winemakers, Magentas, and the Tumbling Lemons. Let's see how they do. Who will join the bottom dreaders and the Snookers? Winemakers seem to have a very good start, pulling ahead. Gothic Ghouls fighting with the Magentas for second place, but Magentas looks like they just got it. But we'll see what the times were. And that was the Winemakers and the Magentas. And that is 8th through 5th decided. And now, time to see who wins the overall relay race. Will it be the Winemakers, Magentas, the bottom dreaders, or the Snookers? Who will get the gold? And they're off. A close pack to start off as always in the beginning of these relay races. Oh, and after the first handover, it's hard to separate them. Snookers starting to lag behind. And it's the Bottom Dwellers versus Winemakers. Bottom Dwellers just slightly faster than the Winemakers. I think the Snookers got third, and that is the relay race. We'll get some official confirmation. And yes, Bottom Dwellers, reigning champions of the Algodoo League, get the first gold in this season. The reign of terror over the Algodoo League continues. The Bottom Dwellers really are the team to beat, and they always have been. But now that is especially more obvious after picking up the first gold of the season. The other teams are... That's a message to the other teams. They're really going to have to step it up. If you've seen last year's season, I'm sure I don't need to remind you how much of a one-sided battle last year was. Will this year turn out the same? Find out next time as we move on to another returning event, the Collision Showdown. I'll see you then.